Hello, everybody. Welcome to My Wishes at Mother Phoenix Rising. I'm Deidre.
And I'm Sharon. And what are we going to talk about today, Deidre?
Oh, we're going to talk about someday.
Someday.
Yeah,
Is there a song
someday.
that way?
Has everybody ever talked to you about someday? Someday I'm going to do this. Someday I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
You know, what are your some days, Sharon?
Oh, some days are some of my regrets that I let them slip away when people said, let's go do this. I'm just like, oh, someday I'm going to have the time to do that. I never have the time.
Yeah.
Got to make the time.
Have you ever said, someday when I have enough money?
Oh, yeah. That
Is
vacation.
that sometimes it takes like 20 years?
Yeah. Yeah. Do it. Do it now. Do it now. I mean, it's a struggle. And I get some things really can't be done right away. Some trips and some things you want to buy. I want to own this someday, or I want to have my own house someday. I want to have this someday. But,
you know, like 5 years ago, I told myself, someday, or maybe real soon, I'm going to be able to put a bikini back on. And everybody's laughing at me because, but you're over 50. You can't wear a bikini.
in my own yard, I can.
I know, but that's what I started thinking, that I couldn't do that. And then I thought,
Until you go to the beach and you see these people in bikinis, I'm thinking, whoa, if she can wear one, I can wear one. You know,
Exactly.
so it's like it's all a state of mind. It's all in your
really
head.
is. So what I did was I thought, I'm not going to let someday be someday.
Yeah.
I really started working out for me. It doesn't matter if you work out for yourself or
Right.
whatever, because that was my goal.
Right.
Someday I'm going to get into that bikini because I love that color. I loved how it looked. And it wasn't about...
And you
gee,
love how it feels.
I loved how it felt. And
Yeah.
I have never felt so amazing when I was able to put on that
Yeah.
bikini, because it was my favorite color.
Yeah.
It's orange, and I got a tan. You know, I
Yeah.
kind of tanned. I'm not a tanning person,
Right.
but I got a tan because I thought someday I'm going to do this. And I was so excited because the bikini looked amazing, the tan looked amazing, and I got more attention. And I wasn't looking after the attention as much as I was looking at pleasing myself.
Right.
That
Right.
someday. So what are one of your somedays that you've done, Sharon?
Some of my some days was one of these days. Someday I'm going to go to Europe, and
Where in Europe? Where were you
I
gonna
wanted to go to Italy. I wanted to go to Paris, and after I got divorced, my girlfriends and I, we did and two of my daughters, we did a 2-week trip to Rome and Florence. And my girlfriend's from Milan, Italy, so she went with us. It was like having your own private.
Oh my God.
It was amazing. And
You're a
then,
tour guide.
and,
You
oh my
actually
gosh,
had a tour
she'd been
guide.
to the Vatican 4 or 5 times a year. You know, so she knew it. We didn't have to hire her, but that was one of those things that I'm glad I didn't wait till everything was pretty perfect. And the next year, the 6 of us took a trip to Paris, and it was just like, and we said we were going to do it every year, and we haven't. And I keep saying, someday I'm going to go back. And I'm going, no, this next year I'm going back. 2021 is going to be my year to go back to Europe.
Perfect.
Yeah,
And well,
so-
you know what? Some of us look at it money, we look at it the time, we look at all those things, and I think we're stressing ourselves by doing that. Sometimes we just got to pull in everything and say,
Yeah.
you know what? Razor focus.
Right.
Razor focus on that one thing that you want to do.
And you don't have to do it. You'd be surprised. Everybody thinks I have to go stay at this palatial
Yes.
place, and I have to eat at the best and you go live.
I think being
Yeah.
spontaneous is sometimes really amazing, as long as you're trying to make sure that you're safe. You know, women
Right.
over 50,
Right.
the safety is huge, but to be a little more spontaneous and not have to have everything exactly how
Right.
you want it.
Right.
But you made a good point. You don't have to spend a lot of money to do this.
Right.
You know, I am looking forward to one of the things that I did promise my granddaughter, that I would take her to Paris again, like you did. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm not going to let this pass. I went in, made reservations,
Yeah.
got an Airbnb, I was amazed at the money that we saved.
Yeah.
And we lived there in this small little tiny apartment, and it was more fun.
Yeah.
It was more fun. And we did not overdo, we did not overspend.
Yeah.
We just really took in some amazing sights.
Yeah.
And this is a trip she's never going to forget.
Do you have bucket lists? You guys, I mean, I have a list of places I really want to go and see before I can't travel.
You know, one of the things, Sharon, my dad, when he passed away, he passed away at a really young age. And so she was alone for like 30 years, and she wanted to just save her money for her kids. And she was always talking about someday doing this or someday doing that. And she held back from that.
Yeah.
And I think if anything, my mom, you know, and you could see it from her, that she regretted some of those, someday I will do this.
Right.
Instead, she felt, you know, like a responsibility to us, to leave something to us. And I don't think that's healthy. I don't think it's healthy for you to put aside yourself from your someday to give to somebody else, because sometimes it's not appreciated in the way you think it's going to be.
And make a list. I have a list of places near and far. Some are not far from here that I've maybe never been to. There's a lot of places that you might be surprised are pretty cool here in the United States, and just
And if you're in another country too, the same thing. You just go not very far
right
from where you are.
Yeah, so I make my list and I think about it all the time, and I pull it out and I go, okay, what can I do that works into my life right now?
Exactly.
And I pick, if it's short and 2 days short somewhere, then that's what I do. But I still am gonna try to hit Europe next year. That's my goal for 2021.
You brought up a good point. Lay it out, plan it out, and don't blame somebody else because you're not going.
Yeah.
That all of it comes back to us.
Yeah.
If we make up our mind and we are again razor sharp about what we want and actually go after it, I think it always happens. Because, you know, Sharon, 4 or 5 of the things that I've really been razor sharp, and I didn't take my focus off that. I was just so adamant about it. They all happened. And then later I look back and I think,
so glad I did that.
I'm so glad I did that.
But yeah, I encourage everybody to make a list of places you'd like to go. And even if you chip away at some of the littler ones, you'll get there one day on one of those big trips you want.
Yeah, and don't
Make it
take it
happen.
away from yourself. Don't take it away. That's one thing that women do.
We're not too old.
We're never too old.
No.
You could be 85 or 90. Go for it.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today. I hope this portion of this has at least opened your eyes to someday. Don't make it someday.
Yeah, make
Do
it today.
Tomorrow, a month from now, but don't make it someday, because someday never comes for a lot of people.
That's right.
And we truly enjoyed being with you today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for joining here at Mother Phoenix Rising. We'll see you next time.
Yes, for sure. Bye. Bye.